Hello, and welcome to the session on blood relations and family tree. Actually, these questions are a lot related to each other. Hi, I'm Ravi Handa, and this is my Twitter handle. You can use that to connect with me and to provide feedback. To begin with, let us first look at some of the key blood relations which are there and some terms which you should know. Mother's or father's son is essentially your brother. Very similarly, mother's or father's daughter is your sister. Very basic, I am just going to rush through it. Mother's or father's brother is your uncle. Mother's or father's sister is your aunt. Mother or father's father is your grandfather. Mother or father's mother is your grandmother. See, in English, there is no such distinction as exists in Hindi or any other language where your paternal grandfather and your maternal grandfather are different. If they want to specify that, then they will mention a paternal grandfather or a maternal grandfather in the question. However, terms like grandfather and grandmother, they are all encompassing. That means they will cover both your father's side as well as your mother's side. Sister or brother's son is the nephew. Sister's or brother's daughter is your niece. Uncle or aunt's child are your cousins. And you know what a grandchild is. What is a grandchild's child? That is a great grandchild. Let's look at a few more. The in-law portion. Your son's wife is your daughter-in-law, and your daughter's husband is your son-in-law. The other way around. Your husband or wife's sister is your sister-in-law, but that is not the only person who can be called your sister-in-law. Your brother's wife can also be called your sister-in-law. So that is a distinction that you need to make clear. Husband or wife's sister. Think about it. Husband or wife's sister is your sister-in-law. Also, your brother's wife is your sister-in-law. Very similarly, husband or wife's brother or your sister's husband, they are both your brother-in-laws. So in English, as was the case with your grandfather and grandmother, sister-in-laws and brother-in-laws are also encompassing, as in they contain a lot of stuff. To continue, let us look at the questions. The questions are typically of two types. One, in which your blood relations are checked. Let's look at a relationship example. In this, you're given a statement like this. What relation is your sister's aunt's husband's son is to you? Something like this. Here, there is no need to draw a family tree. We'll get to the family tree later. These type of questions are best solved if you can just spot the relationship between consecutive terms. What I'm saying is this. You are related to you as, let's just say, start with a U. Then your sister is actually your sister. Your sister's aunt is who to you? Your sister's aunt is your aunt as well. Then your aunt's husband, who is he to you? Your aunt's husband is your uncle. Your uncle's son, who is your uncle's son to you? Your uncle's son is your cousin. As you can see, something as complicated as your sister's aunt's husband's son has become so simple, and this is a technique that you can use. Instead of directly trying to jump, just start from one of the values, which will typically be you, your sister's, then aunt, then your sister's aunt is your aunt's husband is your uncle's son is your cousin, and that will lead you to the correct answer. So this is a good way of doing this sort of questions. However, having said that, there are a few questions which require a little more detail and a little more representation. Let us look at that representation. That representation is known as a family tree. Now, when you drop a diagram, when you drop a tree-like structure, your question, your data becomes a lot simple. There are some rules, however, that you should follow. What are those rules? Different generations should be kept at different levels. Say, for example, father and mother are in a different generation as son and daughter, actually they are a generation above. So you keep them at different levels. Father and mother are at a certain level, son and daughter are at a different level. Marriages are represented by double lines. Males are put in square brackets. So father and son come in square or rectangular brackets, whereas females are represented in circles. So mother and daughter are represented in a circle. This double parallel lines, this is denoting a bond of marriage. As you can see, things are becoming a little clearer now. Now, from this marriage, there are two children, the son and the daughter. So this would be typically or probably the simplest family tree that can be there. Sometimes siblings, that is brother sisters or brother, they are also connected with a single line. This helps us in some questions, if not all. So once again, the key steps are that you represent data in levels, you represent marriage by a double parallel line, and you represent siblings by a single parallel line. Males come in rectangles or squares, and females come in circles. Once you do that, your questions would become a lot simpler. Let's try and solve one question on this. Say we are given A, B, D meet their relatives C, E, F, G while visiting a trade fair. A is the brother of B. Okay. So I have A here. Who is the brother? So A is definitely a male and he is the brother of B. I do not know about B as of now whether it is a male or a female. D is the father of A. So if D is the father of A, D is also a male. D is married to someone and their children are A and B. Who is D married to? I don't know. Till now no information is given. Then I know F is the only child of C and E. Okay. So there is another family which has C and E are married to each other and they have an only child F. I do not know whether C is male, female, E or F. I do not have any such information. E, who is married to G's sister. Okay, so now I get some information. E is married to G's sister. That means C is female and C is G's sister. And since E is married to her, so E should be male. Okay. Then E is the father-in-law of B. E's only child is F and is the father-in-law. So that means B and F are married to each other. So this is all the information that we have. Once again, I'll just repeat. A is the brother of B. So that is the first thing I drew here. A, male, is the brother of B. D was their father. So D is male, married to a female, and A and B are their children. F is the only child of C and E. So first I did not draw these circles and squares. I first drew C, married to E. F is their only child. E, who is married to G's sister. That means C became a female, E became a male, is the father-in-law of B. Now, how can E be a father-in-law? E can be a father-in-law if and only if E's child is married to B. Now, if F is a male, then B is a female. If F is a female, then B is a male. So that essentially represents our family tree. That essentially is the representation of the data which was given to us. Now let us look at the questions which otherwise would have been really difficult. The questions are such. How many female members are there? Okay. So who are the female members? We do not know about B. We know about C is a female. We do not know about G. We do not know about F. So what can I say about the number of female members? What I can say is that definitely C is a female. What else can I say? I can say that B and F are married to each other. So one of them will be a female, and also G may or may not be a female. So what will be my answer? How many female members are there? There are 2 or 3 female members who are there. Which are they? They can be C, B. They can be, what are my options? One option is CB, one option is CF, another option is CBG, another option is CFG. So these are the 4 possibilities of females which are there. But since we were asked for the number of females, the number of females is clearly 2 or 3. Let's look at the next question. How is G related to F? Now, let's go back to the diagram, the family tree. G and F. We do not know whether G is a male or a female. We do not know F is a male or a female. What do we know? We know for a fact that F's mother is sister of G. So these two can be uncle and nephew, uncle and niece. Any relationship is possible among them. Uncle-nephew is possible if both are male. Uncle-niece, if G is male, F is female. Aunt-nephew, if G is male, if G is female and F is male. Aunt-niece when both are females. Which means that both, or rather all of these are possible, and my answer would be E. Then comes the next question. Who is the spouse of F? I think this one is simple. B is married to F, so B is the spouse of F. If the question was who is the whether they are B is the husband of F or B is the wife of F, then we will not be able to say, because we do not know that B is a male or a female. But what do we know? We know that F and B are married to each other, and that is why B is the spouse of F, and my answer is B. With this, I'd like to wrap up this session on family tree. Hope you found this useful. Please provide feedback via Twitter on my Twitter handle, which is @Ravi Handa. Thank you. Thank you very much.